ratings after the next set.
Yeah,
6 slots as usual. So
that's
I'll shut
cool.
up now. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. I had no idea what I was going to talk about until Micah just did his. I'm not even really going to talk, and I may have already read this to you guys. I don't care if it's you're hearing it again. Fine. It's stuff that I needed to say anyway. On Valentine's Day, I had written a blog that spoke to basically kind of what Micah was talking about. So I'm just going to read you the blog, and if you've heard it already, I'm sorry. All right. It said, I don't belong to a political party. I don't claim a religious label. I don't see the world through red or blue, left or right, sacred or secular. I see it through something much simpler and much harder to carry, my own humanity. When I look at what's happening across the world, I don't experience it as a debate or an ideology. I feel it as an emotional weight, as grief, as fear, as loss. I think about the people living outside these moments and the families who love them and the communities forever changed by events they don't choose. I try to imagine what it must feel like to wake up inside those realities and how far the ripple effects really go. What breaks my heart the most isn't just the suffering, it's the divide. The way pain is being sorted into sides, the way empathy is rationed based on affiliation, the way hatred has grown louder while compassion struggles to be heard. It's exhausting, it's disheartening, and it's deeply sad. Right now, I don't want to stand on a side. I want to stand with people, with a shared nervous system of humanity that feels lost the same way, no matter the language, border, belief, or flag. I want to listen more than I argue. I want to understand more than I defend, and I want to hold space for complexity instead of reducing everything to slogans. The world feels like it's starving for empathy, real embodied empathy, the kind that doesn't ask who deserves it first. So if I claim anything at all, it's this. I choose to be human, and I choose compassion again and again, even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. Because right now the world doesn't need more sides. It needs more hearts willing to stay open. And that's that.
Wow. Wow. I apologize for the hum in the background. I'm freezing. So,
That's okay. Hmm.
the division has got to stop. I almost want to bring up, after you reading that, I almost want to share the post that I put on Facebook the other day, We the People. But I won't. You can go look it up if you want to read it.
Read it. You should read it if you haven't.
Because I'm proud of that one.
I was deeply proud of you doing that one. It was very good.
We got to stop dividing.
I just don't see it happening, unfortunately. It's sad.
No.
I don't know what happened to humanity. I just don't. I don't understand the inability to have any empathy anymore. It seems for anything, and the just bitterness and hatred and name calling and just it's so unnecessary. And when I talked about on whenever Illuminator, whatever show it is about the walking into that dark crowd of people and passing that light on from one to the next to the next to the next. The same happens with the hatred. A room full of light people, and somebody walks in with that hate and that blackness in their heart, with everybody's an idiot, everybody's this, everybody's that. Stop it. It just spreads. Just like the light, unfortunately, so does the dark. And the longer you keep that darkness in your heart, and that's what you keep putting out in the world, the further and further and further it gets spread. Stop it. Remember that old saying, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all? Yeah, think about that for a while.
And to take a page from Diane's book from the Bloom this morning, if you watch how people are treating each other outside of you, and you don't like it, why would you treat yourself that way? And if you're treating yourself that way, it's easier to treat people around you that way through deflection. And that's where it starts. Change starts with each individual person, each individual moment. And the more we hate ourselves, because we're listening to everybody else and how they feel that we're supposed to be acting, the more we don't know how to act. And the more we get angry about that. And the more we deflect. I was just listening to, shared it with Carrie, but I was listening to an Instagram post about people complaining about their vacations.
Oh my God.
And these are real complaints about a beach being too sandy. Yes, that was one of them.
Or the sand being the wrong color.
Or going to a foreign country and nobody speaking English.
Being mad because they speak Spanish in Spain. Oh my God.
I
What is
wasn't
the
going to
world
get literal,
coming
but
to?
yes.
What is the world coming to? How can you be that hateful? The problem is, and this is why it's so important, the stuff that, especially like what Diane talked about this morning, if you don't love yourself, you can't pass love out into the world. If you are so hateful of yourself and dislike yourself and think everything you're gonna pass that out. That's why it's so important to heal yourself first. Because as long as you're hating on yourself, then that's what you're going to continue to spread into the world.
Yeah.
You have to love yourself first so that you can share that love out and we can change this world.
And
It's the ego.
I want to address Jonathan real quick. Remember, the world hated Jesus long before they hated you. And I want to expand that. That's the easiest reference that most people will get.
Right.
But let's expand that just a little bit. Most who spread love, teach love, live love, are hated because those people that they love are forced to face the anger, negativity, hatred within them and release it. And they
Facts.
don't want to. They're comfortable where they are in their existence. And anybody who questions that with something different, something better, and we could go through a long list of archetypes throughout history of these types of people, but we will stay with the Jesus reference because that's the easiest. So remember that. It's not an easy path to walk. It's not an easy path to be the change that you wish to see in the world. It's not an easy path to sit there and admit that you don't like what you see. You don't like what you see in the mirror when you look back at yourself because of what you carry from everyone else around you.
And it's lonely. because of the hatred that gets.
And far too many people in our country alone were in a situation that someone promised that they would change and isn't.
I don't care if there's 10 people watching right now and 20 others who see it later, and it's just 32 of us together. And that's all. Even if it's just 32 of us, if we can spread love out to one other person, each one of us, and they spread it out and they spread it out, it keeps going. Speak the truth and stand up for the love and pass it out into the world. It's the only way we're ever going to take control of all the bullshit that goes on. Love is the answer. Love has everything to do with it.
Yeah.